advertisement, or comeback announcement. Jungkook's Klein Billboard sparks wild theories about a hidden BTS comeback message faced screaming in fear musical notes. It began as a simple billboard on a Los Angeles street, but in a matter of hours, it became something much bigger. The new Calvin Klein campaign featuring Jungkook of BTS has transformed from a stunning fashion display into a global mystery, one that fans believe may hold a secret message about BTS's long-awaited comeback. What started as admiration for Jungkook's sharp image in denim and light has evolved into a storm of speculation, emotion, and hope. The question spreading like fire across every social media platform is both thrilling and haunting. Is this just an ad, or is Jungkook trying to tell us something? The billboard stands tall over Hollywood Boulevard, sleek and mesmerizing, glowing with monochrome tones that pulse in a rhythm too intentional to be random. Fans were quick to notice the flickering lights, counting carefully until they realized something uncanny. The pulses repeated in a 7-beat sequence before the screen went black and started again. 7. The sacred number that has always defined BTS. 7 members, 7 hearts, 7 reasons to believe. To outsiders, it might sound like a coincidence, but to ARMY, nothing about BTS or their universe ever happens by accident. People started recording the billboard, watching the light patterns through their phones, slowing down the footage, comparing the rhythm to BTS's past songs. Some realized the flickers perfectly matched the intro beat of Dope, one of BTS's earliest tracks that once symbolized their hunger and determination. Others claimed the color palette of the visuals echoed the dusty golden hues of Yet to Come, the group's last collective release before their military enlistments. Even more shockingly, several fans pointed out that the billboard seemed to flash in a pattern resembling Morse code, and when decoded, it spelled out one word: together. Within hours, that single word became a trending topic worldwide. Skeptics were quick to laugh it off. Jungkook's partnership with Calvin Klein is, after all, one of the most successful celebrity brand relationships in recent years. The 2023 campaign shattered global records. The 2024 continuation pushed fashion boundaries, and 2025 was expected to be another creative milestone. It seemed obvious that this was nothing more than an artistic extension of Jungkook's career outside BTS. But the timing felt too sharp, too emotionally charged. Every detail of the campaign, from the caption "Reconnect, redefine confidence," to the posted time of 7:13, felt like it was pulling fans towards something bigger than a product launch. The numbers were impossible to ignore. 0613 appeared on one of the brand's teaser videos, a combination that instantly triggered memories among fans because June 13, 2013 marks BTS's official debut date. Midnight appeared next, a lyrical motif from the song 0 o'clock, which had represented renewal and hope in BTS's discography. 713, of course, could easily symbolize 7 members and their June debut. It was as if Jungkook's billboard was breathing nostalgia, sending out coded signals wrapped in light and silence. Even Calvin Klein's official caption, "Evolve Beyond, Reconnect," only deepened the sense that this wasn't ordinary advertising. Was this a clever marketing strategy designed by HYB and Calvin Klein working together to stir anticipation for BTS's return? Or was it simply a strange alignment of symbols and emotions that fans, desperate for the group's reunion, were reading too deeply into? As the theories intensified, Los Angeles turned into a gathering site for believers. Dozens of ARMY members traveled to stand beneath the glowing display. They recorded videos that flooded TikTok, some capturing moments when the billboard went dark for exactly 7 seconds before exploding in white light again. In one viral clip, the flashes appeared to trace the faint shapes of 3 letters, BTS. Whether it was a glitch, a reflection, or divine coincidence, it didn't matter anymore. What mattered was the feeling. "It's like he's talking to us," said Lila Song, a 22-year-old fan who traveled from San Francisco just to witness the moment. "When the lights pulsed, my heart stopped. I could feel him there. Not Jungkook the model, but Jungkook from BTS." That emotion is the heart of the story. The longing, the faith. For 2 years, fans have waited for the sound of BTS together again. Jungkook, Jimin, V, Jeon, RM, Suga, and J-Hope are scattered across their military service and solo careers, yet every whisper from any one of them feels like a message from the group as a whole. Jungkook's billboard was never meant to carry this weight, yet it somehow became a mirror reflecting the hunger of millions. Jungkook himself has remained silent about the speculation. His last post on Weverse simply read, "The light always finds its way back." The sentence, poetic and mysterious, instantly threw gasoline on the fire of fan theories. Was he hinting that BTS's light was returning? HYB issued a brief statement clarifying that artist campaigns and brand collaborations are handled independently, but the words did nothing to calm the frenzy. Calvin Klein's global spokesperson added that the campaign was about rediscovery through self-expression, but even that phrase, rediscovery, became ammunition for fans convinced it was part of a larger comeback code. Some entertainment analysts believe none of this is accidental. They point toward Bang Si-hyuk, the visionary founder of HYB and BTS's producer, who has long believed in narrative marketing. Every BTS era has been built around a storyline that transcends music. From the Love Yourself trilogy to the Map of the Soul concept, Bang's approach has always blurred the line between art, commerce, and emotional storytelling. He once said in an interview, "BTS doesn't just sell songs. They sell moments that become part of people's lives." If that philosophy still guides HYB, then embedding comeback hints in luxury ads would not just be genius, it would be revolutionary, and the data supports the theory. Within 48 hours of the Billboard launch, global searches for BTS Comeback 2025 rose by nearly 900%. Twitter exploded with hashtags like hashtag Jungkook Billboard message, hashtag BTS Comeback, and hashtag Calvin Klein code. Even entertainment outlets from Japan to Brazil began covering the speculation, while South Korean media cautiously referred to the campaign as an unexpected communication between artist and fandom. Marketing experts are already calling it the most powerful organic publicity event of the year, one that didn't require a single announcement or press release. Still, the mystery deepens with every frame of analysis. Some fans claim that Jungkook's shadow in one of the photos forms the number 7. Others say his pose mirrors a still image from the Spring Day video, BTS's eternal symbol of longing and reunion. A few even pointed out that the reflection in his belt buckle looks like the number 13, a subtle nod to the group's debut year. Whether these are coincidences or crafted symbolism, the emotional response they've generated is real. ARMY's collective imagination has always been an unstoppable force, fueled by memory and devotion. As night falls, the billboard becomes a shrine. People stand under the flickering light, holding cameras, crying softly, some singing fragments of BTS songs into the wind. For them, this isn't advertising, it's communion. The space between Jungkook's glowing image and the fans' trembling hands is filled with something invisible yet alive: connection. They don't just see a brand ambassador. They see the youngest member of BTS sending a heartbeat across the ocean. HYB remains silent. Calvin Klein continues to post glamorous images. Jungkook posts nothing else. But sometimes silence says more than words. Silence feels like the breath before music begins again. Rumors spread that HYB staff have been instructed to avoid any BTS-related comments until early 2026, when RM, the final member, is expected to complete his military duty. If that's true, then this billboard may be the opening note of a slow, global symphony of hints, a campaign that unfolds across time, across art forms, leading to one explosive, world-shaking return. And yet, even if it's not, even if this truly is only a Calvin Klein ad with no hidden agenda, its emotional impact remains undeniable. For the millions who still whisper, BTS forever, the flickering billboard has become a metaphor. 7 beats, pause, 7 beats again. It feels like a pulse. The pulse of a fandom waiting to see the lights rise on their heroes again. In the end, no one knows the truth except those behind the glass walls of HYB and Calvin Klein's creative teams. Maybe Jungkook's campaign is a coincidence. Maybe it's destiny. But as the neon lights cut through the Los Angeles night, one can't help but wonder, why does it feel like a countdown has begun? Why does every flash of light feel like a promise? Why does every shadow look like the number 7, somewhere inside that billboard, inside the rhythm of light and denim and memory? There may or may not be a secret. But even if it's just a dream, even if it's only wishful thinking, it has already done something magical. It reminded the world how deeply connected one artist and his fans remain. It reminded everyone that even in silence, BTS still speaks, and as the final flicker fades into darkness before reigniting again, hearts all over the world ask the same trembling question. When the lights finally stop flickering, will BTS stand beneath them once more? Under the pale glow of Los Angeles streetlights, the Calvin Klein billboard featuring Jungkook loomed like a cinematic prophecy. The hum of passing cars mixed with faint cheers of fans who had gathered beneath it, their faces lit by the soft flicker of light that seemed to whisper through the night air. Each pulse of brightness carried with it 1,000 theories, 1,000 hopes, 1,000 reasons to believe that this was not just an advertisement. To the untrained eye, it was merely a marketing masterpiece, a global brand leveraging the power of one of the most recognizable faces in music. But to the millions who have waited in silence, counting the days since BTS's last group performance, the billboard felt like a heartbeat. A message sent not through words but through rhythm, through design, through light. By midnight, crowds had started to form, not just in Los Angeles but in Seoul, Tokyo, and Sao Paulo, where live streams of the billboard had begun circulating online. Fans from every corner of the world gathered on digital platforms, dissecting every flicker, every reflection, every shade of light on Jungkook's face. Someone slowed the footage frame by frame and claimed that in one instant, the neon glow spelled out the faint shape of a 7. Others believed the pattern of the lighting matched the melody of Yet to Come, suggesting that this was not coincidence but choreography, coded into pixels. The idea spread fast, faster than any official announcement ever could, transforming an ordinary advertisement into a global spectacle. In Seoul, reporters began asking questions no one wanted to answer. Was HYBE behind this? Was this the beginning of a campaign leading to BTS's reunion? The company issued a predictable statement, brief, neutral, careful. We appreciate the support of fans for all BTS members and their individual projects, it read. But the silence behind those words only deepened the mystery. Industry insiders began murmuring that HYBE had quietly reserved several international marketing slots for early 2026, with no artist attached. The timing aligned perfectly with the group's expected post-military timeline. The whisper spread like a secret. This could be it. The countdown might already be underway. Meanwhile, Jungkook remained a ghost. No Weverse post, no Instagram story, no interview. Nothing but the haunting image of him standing in Calvin Klein denim, staring into the camera with an expression that fans swore held meaning. His eyes, they said, were not those of a model. They were the eyes of a performer waiting to return. One fan wrote, "He's telling us something. I can feel it. The way he looks through the lens. It's not for the camera, it's for us." That single comment, translated into dozens of languages, was shared across fan forums, igniting a wave of emotion. Because maybe, just maybe, she was right. What makes this theory so intoxicating is that BTS has always communicated through symbols. Every color, every lyric, every silence has carried weight. Their history is layered with hints and foreshadowing, like the use of flowers in the most beautiful moment in life, the mirror symbolism in Love Yourself, the sand and desert motifs in Yet to Come. Even their break, their military chapter, had been introduced not as an ending but as an intermission. So when Jungkook stands under a glowing billboard that flickers in 7 beats, when the word, together, appears in a brand campaign by accident or design, it feels almost too perfect. Fans remember his words from an old interview. Even when we're apart, we're always connected somehow. Could this billboard be that connection? Calvin Klein, perhaps realizing the storm they had unintentionally or strategically created, began releasing behind-the-scenes footage of the photo shoot. The clips, though simple, only deepen the obsession. In one moment, Jungkook adjusts his sleeve and looks off camera, whispering something unheard. The director laughs, the crew nods, and the clip cuts abruptly. Fans slowed it down, added filters, read his lips, and declared that he had said, "We're not done." Whether he truly said it or not no longer mattered. The idea had taken on a life of its OW and by the end of the week. The phrase, "We're not done," became a rallying cry. Fans printed it on banners, posted it under old BTS performances, and flooded Calvin Klein's official accounts with comments asking if they were part of a secret comeback. The brand, amused but tight-lipped, responded only with emojis, one of a purple heart, another of a sparkle. That was all it took to send ARMY into another spiral of hope. Purple has always been BTS's color, a symbol of love that transcends language, and a single sparkle was enough to convince millions that the universe was aligning again. In New York, digital billboards began echoing the same campaign visuals as Los Angeles. In London, the Calvin Klein flagship displayed a teaser video with the words, "Reconnection begins."